Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, my lovely subscribers. Kisses to all of you. Thank you so much for your love and your support. And I have to give a special shout out to the Duchess of North Sussex. She recently gave me a shout out, and I am just overly grateful for her because this is why. I've known for her for a while. I've watched her shows, and even when she took a mini break, I was there for her the whole time. So I love her channel. She gets right to the point, and I love how she debunks and has receipts. She's awesome. But I remember a long time ago when she gave me a shout out, and I was so grateful then. But why I'm just extra grateful today is because I haven't talked to her in forever or said anything to her in forever. And for her to notice me and say, hey, Letitia's channel, check her out. I am overly honored. Like, I am ecstatic. Like, she does not know how much she touched my heart, how much she has helped my channel grow so fast. She got me over 4,000 subscribers. I'm loving you new guys. Thank you so much. I just want her to know that I am truly grateful for her. And the reason why I'm so grateful for her is that she remembered me. And I'm just so grateful for that. So thank you, Duchess of North Sussex. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, you must look her up because her channel is off the chain. And I like her channel because she shows visuals. Unlike me, you guys have to listen to my storytelling. So, little bit and Daddy is taking a nap. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and loving and on yourselves and just doing it to it. Let's get to this. It's the Meghan Show. It's the Meghan Show. It's the Meghan Show. Yeah. Meghan, in my opinion, has really dug herself into a deeper hole than she thinks. This Women's Day moment for her was very in your face, going after women in power, women not in power, everyday people, and she's wondering all at the same time why her popularity stinks. Because the very people you need to support you is the very people that you continue to piss off. But she just thinks if she continues with her narrative that she was bullied when she was pregnant. Okay, because at first it wasn't that she was bullied, she was lonely. And remember when she was sitting on the step and she told us that Harry was gone that day, and then he came home and she was sitting there crying and told him that she didn't know if she could be home by herself because she may kill herself. That moment. The question was asked, well, why? And she said some cockamamie story about being lonely. And this was when she was pregnant too. So while she's talking stupid, her son is going to know that, oh, my mom was suicidal and was going to kill me at one moment. But she thinks he's going to feel sorry for her and say, well, I understand, Mom, because of what you were going through. She wasn't going through nothing. She had just married a prince. She had just got invited into the royal fold. She had just became the Duchess of Sussex. She had just became a princess of Sussex. Meghan had it going on. She was a global instant famous star. Everybody wanted to know who she was. The manipulation of it all. Listen, she may be able to manipulate some, but she's not going to be able to manipulate all. And it's all in the details. When she opens her mouth, she's offensive. She is offensive. Who the hell is she talking to? Number one, who is your audience? And who do you want to receive whatever is coming out of your mouth, which is jibber jabber? And then her sidekick, her bump diddy bump, he's sitting in the audience looking like an idiot. While Meghan is in total control over everything, Harry. He gives her total, complete over control over every decision, over everything. He's sitting in the audience supporting his wife on Women's Day, but then when he got to go to court, she ain't nowhere to be found. She didn't go on that book tour with him. But the kicker is that how she wants to talk about how she's been bullied, but she don't want to talk about the people that she's bullied. She wants to bury that. And the castle keeps doing her favors by allowing it to be buried. But according to the courtiers in Valentine's book, I hope I'm saying his name correctly, you were a bully and people left that have been there for decades. You made them leave. You made them cry. You were intimidating. But she wants to tell us that she was bullied when she was pregnant. Not one time, not 2 times, but 3 times. Because she wanted to add the one that she had a miscarriage, but her story had got twisted. She said, with Archie and Lilibeth and with the newborn, you're just trying to make your story sound like you are the victim. And oh, woe is Meghan again. And how many times do people have to constantly remind her that you're not the victim? You live in a castle. You have means. You have a husband that loves you. You have 2 great kids. You had a family that treated you. Both families treated you like a princess. And look how you treated them for no other reason for your own personal gain. And then you're going to get on TV and play this feminist philanthropy BS to us like we don't know that it ain't nothing inside. Like South Park said, ain't nothing in there. Nothing at all. There's nothing in there. Harry knows ain't nothing in there either. But no, you're going to get on TV again and have them script some stuff to you and talk about how you've been bullied. No, people just don't like you anymore. And don't associate people not liking you and people telling the truth with people bullying you. There's a difference. The Sussex squad is the people that bully. So if in fact you have the Sussex squad over here, and then you have those that don't like the Sussex squad, they're going to fight each other. And they're going to say some nasty stuff. But Meghan says it's okay if the Sussex squad be nasty. It's just that she doesn't want the opposition to be nasty. And she's coming out on this stage to let us know that she's been bullied. No, people treated her. Sorry, my daughter was coughing. It's, The weather does something crazy. Thanks. He's gonna rub some stuff on her chest. That usually seems to help. The weather here is insane. It was hot yesterday. It's cold today. I mean, woo, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Something to drink? Okay, thank you. Give her something to drink. Sorry, when my daughter coughs, I kind of forget what I was talking about. But this is a good moment to stop and play the video. Here we go. I know I said this, but I just want to make sure, because sometimes I do retakes. I want to thank everyone from Duchess of North Sussex that have signed up. Thank you so much for my numbers. Thank you so much. And Raquel is always thanking the new members. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for doing that. So let's welcome our new members. I love you guys. Okay, we're going to hear this video, and it's going to be reminiscent to what we were talking about yesterday. But here's the deal. This is what's hot. To me, Meghan shenanigans. Meghan wants us to know who she really is. And so every time she opens her mouth, she's talking about herself. So I find out who she is. She likes to hold grudges. She likes to talk about the past. She likes to talk about how it's never her fault and it's always someone else's, and how she's the victim and blaming. And this time she blamed, she went down a list. I thought, I said, who the hell are you to be trying to educate or tell us or to say, oh, we need to do better. No, you need to do better. You set the tone when you went on the Oprah show. Now that people are calling you out and saying, oh, you married a prince for money and fame, you don't want to hear it. That's not being bullying, that's being told. But you opened up your home. You opened up your opinion. You opened up yourself for scrutiny. Because anytime you decide that you want to be in Hollywood and that you want to come out with your new branding and your newness, and then you're going to come on the Oprah show and tell your truth, you open yourself up for a response. And it might not be the response that you were looking for. Poor Meghan. Oh, she was mistreated. Her truth. No. The royals was mistreated. The UK people was mistreated. They were mistreated because she was manipulating them. And she did, because there was all of us was out there with a flag talking about go Meghan, go Meghan, go. Go Meghan, go Meghan, go. And celebrating her and excited about her. And Harry getting married and doing their thing. Harry had finally found love. Come to find out he had found himself a Jezebel. That's not bullying. That's just my truth. What Meghan was talking about on that panel was that stupid stuff. Every word that came out of her mouth was stupid. I don't receive anything from her. She can't give me any advice about anything. And she can't say anything about anyone to correct anyone. And it's insulting that she tried to do that by saying executives are sitting back and letting people go after me and trash me. So, okay, the Sussex squad is trashing. Who's letting them do that, Meghan? You. I don't remember you coming out denouncing them, and you know exactly who they are because you're following the media more than you lie and say that you don't. I don't do the media as much as I used to. Follow it. Yes, you do. You follow it like a hawk. That is your storyline. I'm going to get on TV and lie to everybody real quick. But everybody knows that she's a manipulator. And here's the thing. Nobody wants to be lectured to. She got on that panel and started lecturing. Talking about what CEOs and what they're allowing to happen. And they need to do this and they need to do that. No, you need to get yourself off the stage and quit telling real people what to do. And then you had the other ones on there, Brooke Shields and the other ones sitting on there also patting themselves on the back and talking about their accomplishments. I didn't know that's what was about International Women's Day. I thought it was a little bit more than that. I thought it was to celebrate other women. They were celebrating themselves. And then what the hell did Meghan's story that she keeps telling us is it is going to change in the future, that she was bullied. Now she's adding to the story. She's being bullied. When someone says they're going to kill you, listen, if you didn't want the job, you shouldn't have signed up for it. Period. Joe Biden is being threatened on a daily. And he's the president of the United States. And you are only Harry's wife. But she thinks she's so much more important than that. That's why she needs around-the-clock security. She needs to be more famous than she is. And the nerve of her to try to find someone in Great Britain that's going to bring her popularity back to life. How did this philanthropist not know how to be nice to others? Let me say it again. So how does this woman that's this philanthropist about human rights and all for women can't get other women to even like her? How? So you're not all those things that you said that you were, because if you were, then you have a lot more women following you and caring about what you're talking about and agreeing to you. And being like, yeah, Meghan, did you hear what Meghan said? She said this and that. No, Meghan's still on the stage talking about, woe is me. They messing with me. Okay, here we go.
About the royals. Now, we have to talk about the royals, in specific, Meghan. The Duchess of Sussex joined
In specific, Meghan. She's not a royal. She is a fake wannabe, okay? I don't care. She was married and Harry married her. It doesn't matter to me. She is not a real royal, and she never will be. She is Meghan.
International Women's Day panel discussion yesterday on women's representation in entertainment and the media. Meghan Markle at the annual South by Southwest conference in Texas told the panel she was cyberbullied while pregnant with Archie and Lilibet. Let's have a listen to what she had to say.
The bulk of the bullying and abuse that I was experiencing in social media and online was when I was pregnant with Archie and with Lily and with a newborn with each of them. And you just...
Very specific. Repeated it. When the biggest bullying, or when I was bullied, was with Archie, Lily, and the newborn. Trying to make the story sound dramatized. Let's drama this out. It was when I was pregnant, when I had Archie and Lilibet and the newborn. I don't know where that came from. that I was bullied the most. How do you know that you're being bullied if you're not online looking at it? And so, or whatever, wherever you're seeing it. Why are you indulging in it? Why does it upset you so much? Because what we're saying is true and you want us to stop saying it so your reputation can fix itself. No, you're sitting on this panel lying. You're the bully. And then when it comes out that you're the bully, oh no, no. She has nothing to say about it. But she's been bullied. Let's
think about that, and you to really wrap your head around why people would be so hateful. It's not catty, it's cruel.
Why someone would be so hateful. It's not catty, it's cruel. So I guess what you do is just peanut butter and jelly. It's okay. It's cruel. It's cruel to talk about someone's private information. That's cruel. But she doesn't see that. And she doesn't want us to remind her that she's done that. Just like she said she got fed to the wolves. She wasn't just given to the wolves. She was fed to the wolves. Didn't make sense that they would invite her in and have her be a part of this dynasty, this royal family, make you a head of state, a senior royal, a great position, side by side with Catherine and William at the moment. Didn't comprehend. I missed my point. She's the bully. She's cruel. They did all of that for you, and you turned around and stabbed them. Just psh, 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 one thing after another, and you didn't care. It didn't affect you because you felt like you were telling your lies and that we would believe it. And since we didn't, it backfired on you, and now you want to call it bullying. I just want to make sure I'm clear. Someone's up. Honey, you got her?
It is. I mean, obviously the option is just to put the phone down with Richie and Lilibet. Let's have a listen to what she had to say.
The bulk of the bullying and abuse that I was experiencing in social media and online was when I was pregnant with Archie and with Lily and with a newborn with each of them. And you just think about that, and you to really wrap your head around why people would be so hateful. It's not catty, it's cruel.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, obviously the option is just to put the phone down and step away from social media. But, I mean, she does seem to...
She said, why don't you just sit social media down, sit it down, don't look at it and don't read it, and then you won't have to see it. But she's whining like a baby. You wanted to be famous. This is what you plan to be. And then when people ain't taken to you because of who you are and how you act and how you treat your family, the word is out in the street and it's not going to change. So you can get 1,000 PR teams to help you, but you got to start with yourself. That's another bone being thrown. Check yourself. Accountability for self. When it's always someone else's fault and never your fault, there's something wrong with that. She's always pointing the fingers. Every time she gets on the stage, it's someone did this to me, but I am this great person. I am a philanthropist. I have Archie well. I am for human rights. I'm for women's rights. Oh, and then she brought up the soap. That soap BS again. The soap. How she made a difference with this soap. That happened when you was 2 years old. What are you doing today? Sitting on stage trying to bully, manipulate, talk trash and crazy to us because you don't want to hear what we have to say. No, it don't work like that. You don't get to just say what the hell you want to say and then we have to shut the hell up. No, the royal family might not be able to complain and explain, but we can. Like I'm telling you, like Popcorn Planet said, we can talk about it. As long as YouTube is, as I heard, YouTube is, according to the Duchess of Narcissics. They trying to censor us. Of course they are. Meghan, they're bullying me. We need to shut them up. No. No one's bullying you.
Be quite upset. She didn't go into specifics about what she was talking about, so we don't know exactly how bad it was, but you know what social media likes. Anyway, joining me now is royal broadcaster Rafe Haydo-Mancu to talk about Meghan once again, talking about Meghan.
Yes, absolutely. As you say, this was the way that she marked international.
Did you hear what he said? She said, well, this is Meghan talking about Meghan.
National Women's Day.
She didn't go into specifics about what she was talking about, so we don't know exactly how bad it was, but you know what social media likes. Anyway, joining me now is royal broadcaster Rafe Haydo-Mancu to talk about Meghan once again, talking about Meghan.
Yes, absolutely.
This is us talking about Meghan. Yes, talking about Meghan. It's the Mimi Show. 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 Oh. Yeah. All we're talking about is her bullying and what happened to her. You know what? She could have used that moment to talk about one of those mothers' incidents, not even said a name or something. You know what? Instead of always talking about she's the victim and it's always about me, why didn't Meghan take this moment to sit there and talk about someone else other than herself? When the lady asked Meghan about being bullying, she could have switched the story like this and said, you know, yes, I do get online bullying, da 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 da. However, I'm more concerned about those women and those fathers that I spoke to when I was in New York. No, she sent that whole 5 minutes talking about how it affected her, what happened to her, what we need to do, what executives need to do, and people are clicking on this, and then it moves around to here, and then we're sharing stuff. Oh, okay. So now we need to stop sharing stuff because Meghan said so. We need to stop clicking on stuff because Meghan said so. And and the executives need to stop it all. To me, this was the biggest attack on us yet from Meghan. us YouTubers and channels and people that call her out, and even this commentator from GBN News. Just having a conversation. She doesn't think that Meghan isn't calling her a part of the bullying. Meghan talking about Meghan likes that. Meghan consider that bullying. She's talking about us all. But who the hell are you to tell us anything? That's the question. That's that stupid stuff.
Absolutely. As you say, this was the way that she marked International Women's Day, appearing on this panel of female visionary leaders. Now, people may have different opinions as to whether Meghan is or is not a female visionary leader, but nevertheless, she was asked to give the keynote speech.
She's a visionary leader. She has nothing to offer, nothing to give us, nothing substantial is coming out of her mouth that's making us gravitate to what she's saying, that we're like, yeah, that makes sense. No, she's too busy talking about her and her husband and how she's still being mistreated. And people aren't listening to that anymore. Americans are through with the car chasing and the paparazzi is after me. Everybody is always after Meghan. Her father is after her. Samantha's after her. The whole royal family, the monarchy, the British people, her friends. What's her name? The Beckhams. It's always someone else. But now she thought that she was going to get on TV and be a philanthropy or humans and lecture us about what we should be doing on the internet. That's that stupid stuff. And people need to stop giving her these platforms because ain't nobody listening to her. And she's starting to piss a lot of people off. I'm just saying. It's in the comments. What are you talking about? You and the executives and I was bullied, but didn't say what they said, who bullied her, what went down, or nothing. And the Lillian bullying, where did that come from? That's new.
On this panel, which also consisted of Blue Lagoon actress Brooke Shields and the American journalist Katie Couric, and Prince Harry was there in the audience.
Katie Couric, I know who she is. Okay, so what? Then she started talking about her book and how great it was and we needed to buy it. I'm like, I get you need to advertise your stuff, but they sat on that stage. All of them was narcissistic to me, except for one or two that was talking about how they were making a change, but not talking about their resume like Meghan does. She sits on there and talks about her resume. Then she sits there and name drops and says, just like Steinem. And then she even called her by her nickname. Like, I know her personally. Like, so that doesn't make people like you more because you're this sedity-ish person and that, oh, you know Beyonce and you know Oprah and you know Tyler Perry, and so, oh, you need all this protection and you're this great philanthropist and everything because you know Steinem and she gave you an award. No, it just makes people turn people off. It turns people off. It turns people off. Your gifts makes room for you. Your gifts will shine through. If people like you, they will tell you that they like you. If they don't, they don't. But they will tell you if you're good here, if you're good there, by a lot of things. But the word is out for Meghan. Nobody likes her. And she needs to be trying to figure out how she gonna fix her reputation over here in the United States. Because getting on stage, talking to us like she did, I really do believe that was insulting. She insulted me. The Jezebel insulted me.
course, enthusiastically listening on. They curiously also focused on women's representation in media and entertainment, as you said, and they called for more women of colour to be represented in the media, which is rather odd given that certainly in this country, and I imagine in America, black people are overrepresented in the media, given that they're only 4% of the population of this country. But yes, more importantly was this whole issue about social media, and I think it is a valid conversation to have because, of course, we know that there is a genuine mental health crisis amongst young girls in the Anglosphere particularly, with increased incidence of body dissatisfaction, eating disorders, and a huge spike in suicides among teenage girls over the course of the past decade. And it's
yes, but that's not what they talked about. That I don't remember that conversation coming up. I remember Meghan talking about how she was being bullied, how it was all about her moment. It wasn't about them. It wasn't. See, that's what would have made the segment a lot more interesting, because she's talking about someone else other than herself. But since she can't do that, she has to talk about her own experiences. And every time she talks about her own experience, it's at the expense of someone else. They did it. It's their fault. I didn't do anything. Who would want to say anything about a mother having kids? It's just, that's the most horrible thing that anyone can do. No, the most horrible thing that people can do is that you called your family that ushered you in racist and said some suicidal stuff and talked about them and trashed them and continue to do it. She won't be able to escape it. And so while she's trying to fix things, she needs to stop blaming others. Start there. Meghan, now when you go out don't ask her this question. Don't ask her about bullying, because all she's going to do is talking about herself. Each time she opened her mouth, it was I, me, I, and how this just was pathetic.
Reliably linked to a degree to social media. And of course, Meghan has, of course, been the recipient of huge amounts of online abuse as well. As she said, apparently during her 2 pregnancies, it was at its worst, and she now keeps a distance from all of that. And she said that it was a struggle to understand why.
She's lying. She's not keeping a distance from the media. She loves the media. She gets up, she reads the paper, she gets online, she has her own handler names. She is on the media tick. That's all she has time for, because she wants to know what everybody is saying about her. But since she realizes that these charity events and her showing up at Kevin Costner and at the at the Navy facility and all these other charitable events, it doesn't work. Your reputation is not going to change because you're doing charity. It's not. You have ruined it. You lied. People have realized that you are over here for yourself.
People will be so hateful. And she also criticized women who target other women.
I'm with her on that one. I totally...
Okay. So me.
On that one, because you do find that some of the worst comments you get on social media is from other women. Ladies, what are we doing? Why do we...
Okay, for her to say, what are we doing? She starts the conversation out with Meghan talking about Meghan. Like that was something good to say. So where is the line being drawn? What can we or cannot say that would take it too far or not too far? Because what we do is call it out, okay? The way we call it out is just the way we do it. The Duchess of Narcissus does it her way. Sue Smith does it hers, and so on and so on. And I do it my way. But that's not bullying. That's informed. I'm using one of her numbers. I wish I could sit down and sit with her. No, I'm just doing what you're doing. I'm telling your truth, but the way it should be told for real. not the lie.
Tear each other apart. I don't understand that. So
No,
fully with Meghan.
I get what she's saying, tearing people apart. And that is a total different situation. Those are women that are jealous of each other, that are whatever. They're just going to be mean and da. No. Having a regular conversation about what is going on with Meghan is for real. It's the soap opera. It's the Sussex Show.
Well, especially when she's pregnant.
Yeah,
What's
exactly.
the thought process? I don't understand it. Sorry.
It is a curious thing that happens
Yes.
between women.
And I don't think it was worse when she was pregnant or better when she wasn't. No. And I don't believe that Meghan had all this bad press in the beginning. Brexit happened, and that's when all hell broke loose.
And she says, I find that the most disturbing, and I cannot make sense of why women, hate on women. She also criticized social media platforms themselves for not doing
Women
more to
hate on
tackle.
women hating on women. She is ripping Catherine apart at every moment she gets and try to pretend like I didn't do it. You talked about her on the Oprah show. You called her Waity Katie. You said she was crying. And you even talked about her in your husband's book, how you were going through with your father at the time. And you called her baby brains and all about the lipstick and about Charlotte's dress. I mean, you had a whole conversation with us. Hello, let me say it again. Meghan had a whole conversation with each and every one of us about what was going over there in every outlet she tried. Oprah, the book, everywhere. She wanted us to know this nasty stuff that she conjured up and made. And so just because of how she said it, it wasn't considered bullying. No, she did. She did. She just did it in a different form. She just got on TV and chit-chatted and said all these derogatory things about her sister-in-law. But then she wants to tell us how we need to act as women towards each other. No, you need to take some lessons from us. Because you're the one that throws women away. You're the one that treats people like they are beneath you when you meet them. You are the person that is not on the up and up. It can't be everybody else's fault. It can't be everybody else's fault. Can it? No. Because now she's blaming it on it. It's my turn to be blamed. You're online spewing conspiracy theory stuff. No, I'm just telling the story how I see it. And you're online lying, and you're doing this, and you're doing that, and these executives are doing this, and we as women should be better for each other. No, it should start with you. If you are going to get online or on TV and talk about stupid stuff and act like you care about anybody other than yourself, then it starts with you. Stop talking about yourself all the time. Stop whining and complaining, you little 2-year-old you. That's exactly what she does. She complains and whines and points the finger, and then never take accountability for her stuff because she's above it all. It's okay for her to talk about Catherine that way. But then when we get ready to say something about Meghan, oh no, it's bullying, harassment, and it's over. No, it's you. It's you. Like Catherine had to tell you. Recollections may vary.
Online content saying that the level of discourse online shows that we have forgotten about our humanity. And then she also criticized women.
We have forgotten about our humanity. That should piss a lot of women off. It's I'm trying to not rant too much and not trying to, because I feel like She's talking to me in a sense. I really do. And she's making my craft out to be something that is not what she's saying that it is. Just because she doesn't like it doesn't mean that it ain't good. No, it just means that it's hitting a chord and it's messing with her reputation. But I don't have to mess with her reputation. She does a good job all by herself. All by herself. Everything she touches turns to dust. Turns to dust. It's no longer a part of her. She is no longer a part of the royal family. She was no longer a part of the UK family. She is no longer a part of her own family. Hollywood has spit her out. Spotify don't want her. Netflix is finna say goodbye. And Lemonado, when is that gonna take place? And she still hasn't done anything. These rebranding. When you rebrand yourself, don't you supposed to have a movie you're coming out with or a book? Or it must have been her website that was supposed to be the rebranding. She's a joke. She is. She is a complete joke. And she has unfortunately brought herself down to the lowest of the lowest. There's no more deals. There's no more. It's just not there. It's not there. What is she doing? She's sitting on the stage talking stupid. She's sitting on the stage talking stupid to us. And what's pissing me off a little bit is these Southwest is allowing it to happen. Stop putting this woman on the stage and calling her a philanthropist and stuff. And calling her the Duchess of Sussex as if she's been over there.
In executive positions for not doing more in their positions to actually moderate online content, saying that.
Yeah, getting pissed off at the executives because they're not doing their part in controlling the content.
Women are allow this kind of behavior to run rampant. And she called for women to stop spreading content online about other women, saying, if you're reading something terrible about a woman, why are you sharing it with your friends? But to me, that begs the question, well, why do women deserve special treatment? I mean,
why did you feel the need to share what went on when you were a royal for 15 minutes? The same reason why you felt like you needed to share your private information, the same reason why we're sharing. Okay? If she really wants to know, if you want to know that answer, you share, we share. You talk, we talk.
At the end of the day, I think it's rather sexist to imply that comments critical of women are somehow worse or more important than comments critical about men. Either you want equality or you don't. And if you want it, I don't know whether you agree or not, but if you want equality, that means there should be no special treatment. So just say critical comments in general should be...
Well, no, absolutely. I mean, I completely agree. I mean, I think the point of what she was saying was it was International Women's Day, and that's why she was particularly talking about, and Harry was in the second row, I think, sort of like gazing at her adoring.
But, some could also say that Meghan is part of the problem here too. One has to remember that it was her comments, controversial comments in the past, including some falsehood she spread, that led to huge online anti-media hate campaigns against members of the royal family, including the Princess of Wales. One just has to remember...
There it is. There it is. Meghan knew exactly what she was doing when she got on the Oprah show. She knew that people were going to take sides. She knew that. That's why she did it. Why else would you get on live TV and not settle it with your family unless you're trying to get a reaction out of the public? So Meghan went on there and trashed everyone, her father, Samantha, everyone, and wanted us to do the same thing. Trash them and get online and bully them and talk crazy to them like they do today. And Meghan knows that and knew that that was going on. But I don't remember her ever putting out a statement saying, please leave them alone. I don't condone this and I don't condone that. Because I know she's watching this show, not my show, but their show, and listening to what they have to say. But they pretend like they don't know because they can do it. Meghan's writing this story. She got in the mirror and practiced how she was going to act, that she was this victim of bullying online. And then she's going to tell us what the hell we need to do to stop it. But she has no blood on her hands because she didn't start the war. When she went on the Oprah show and started talking about her in-laws, and people were like, wait a minute, why are you attacking us? And that's why the UK don't like you today, because you went after their royal family. And then now you want to be friends. Now you want a PR moment, but then you're still doing stupid stuff like coming on TV, telling people what to do. It's not bullying. It's telling the truth. In my opinion, my channel is not bullying Meghan. I don't hate her. I don't like her, but I used to be one of her #1 fans. And 90 to 100%, 90% of my subscribers were her fans too. Everybody has a story of when they stopped believing her. I stopped believing when she was in Africa talking about, or wherever she was. No one's asked me how I was doing. I said, oh, here we go. I know I say that a lot, but sometimes I got to remind myself, I said, oh, here we go.
But the social media storm that erupted for weeks, if not months, after she said on Oprah Winfrey that
Well, no, absolutely. I mean, I completely agree. I mean, I think the point of what she was saying was it was International Women's Day, and that's why she was particularly talking about. And Harry was in the second row, I think, sort of like gazing at her, adoring.
But some could also say that Meghan is part of the problem here too. One has to remember that it was her comments, controversial comments in the past, including some falsehood she spread, that led to huge online anti-media hate campaigns against members of the royal family, including the Princess of Wales. One just has to remember the social media storm that erupted for weeks, if not months, after she said on Oprah Winfrey that 2 members of the royal family speculated about the colour of her child, and said that Archie didn't get the title of prince because of his skin colour, whereas we know it was only because he
told the entire world that her in-laws was racist and that she was not going to get, they wasn't going to get the titles or security. Meghan was bullying the royal family at that time. That was a taste. That's what she was saying. This is just a taste of what me and Harry are going to. This is the only way that we can settle it. Remember Harry said that? This is the only way that we can handle the situation. By going on live TV, telling us about private information. No, excuse me, about some stuff that your Jezebel made up. Yeah, she made that up. She makes it up, just like she sat on this panel the other day and act like she's some high and mighty society person that cares so much about everyone else. No. To me, she did exactly what she did in New York City when she said that she was in a 2-hour car chase in Manhattan. And then we were like, no, you wasn't. And then she came out and said, I'm appalled. Well, that's the same thing she's doing with this bullying. We're like, wait a minute. You bullied. You're the bully. Forgot what I was going to say. I went too deep. But she is the bully. She's the bully. Here's what I was going to say. No, you're the bully because you went on TV, said that they were racist and they weren't going to do all this stuff for you, and they was mistreating you and fed you to the wolves. That wasn't bullying. That wasn't war. That wasn't like us against them. Let's see who's all going to be on our side, Harry, because it's going to split. No, it really wasn't in your favor.
Wouldn't become eligible until the king became, his grandfather became king. So on those levels, I think, there's some accountability to be had on all of that. But on a more amusing level, at the end of the panel, she was asked to describe who her favorite people were, and she put forward the feminist Gloria Steinem, and then very curiously, Bella Bayara, the chief content officer at Netflix, for putting diverse stories on the platform. And you just have to wonder, could it be that Meghan chose her because her Netflix deal is just coming up for renewal very shortly? Now, you might think that I couldn't possibly comment.
No, I don't even know who that woman is. I've never heard that woman's name before, but I mean, it does seem a bit a curious link, doesn't it, really? I mean, but yeah, you can't blame her for that.
Okay. Listen, I've been on here an hour. I hope you guys enjoy it. Kisses to all of you. Have a wonderful evening. I may come back and do one more. Kisses.